Gather round, everyone, and hear again the Tale of Drakfu. Welcome back. Now, last time we just barely got a lot of quests for Nagrand. We are officially done. Well, not quite, but we'll get there. We'll get finished up with Terakar Forest. But now we're going to go ahead and start up Nagrand. And, yeah, let's go ahead and get things started. Now, I hate to start things off the wrong way, but there's actually a lot of hubs in Nagrand, and it's actually a good idea to grab them all because they actually do have some intersecting quests. So, we're going to go ahead and head over to obviously the first quest on our list is the Throne of the Elements. We're going to head there first. Yeah, it's actually right there. So we're going to head to the Throne of the Elements first just to get that done and get all of the quests that exist here. Now, this is actually the first quest or questing zone I worried about for this playthrough, is because this questing zone alone can probably kill my quest log. It really can. There are so many quests that need to be taken here that it could actually destroy me. All right, so here is the Throne of the Elements. Let's go ahead and just turn this in really quick before we take a quest. To Elementalist Shavrak, or Sharvak. Ah, thank you for the message. Perhaps you would not mind helping out the Earthen Ring. The elements are in flux. We can use all the assistance that we can get. All right, so we have Elementalist Loap. And let's see, the spirits are restless, Blood Elf. Be mindful of your surroundings while in Nagrand, lest you be consumed by their fury. So we have two quests from him. A Rare Bean. You are ill-equipped to face the restless elements of Nagrand. Before you can help the Earthen Ring, you must help yourself. To the west, you will find dung heaps left behind by the wildlife of Nagrand. You must search the dung for digested remnants of the Nagrand calculi. From this bean, I am able to make a tablet that will aid you in your battle against the restless forces of nature. Yep, it's a poop quest. Return to me when you have collected no less than 2 fists worth of calculi. Ogre-sized fists. So we need 8. Okay. And then muck diving. The most affected elements of water can be found in the Hilani Basin southwest of here, beneath the abandoned city of Hala. While some distressed elements can be destroyed without any impact upon the environment, spawns of muck must be physically removed from the world once destroyed. You see muck spawns leave behind globules of tainted debris that, if left untouched, will spread and further contaminate the environment. Destroy these muck spawns and bring back their muck-ridden cores. Okay. And then we have Elementalist Untrag, or Untrag. Something rails the underneath. So this is the quest, the underneath. Something rails the underneath. You don't say. It beats the ground as if to punish. Thud. Untrag beats his chest with his fist. It makes this sound 100,000 times. Endlessly it beats. The earth reels. It's calling out to us now. Gordog speaks to me. Gordog knows that something forces the elements out. Something from the underneath. Go now and speak to Gordog. No. Listen to Gordog. Do not speak. Hear Gordog. Okay. And Gordog is actually the Fury of Earth, or rather in this case, they're not necessarily known as the Elemental. They're known as the Furies. I believe that's still canon. It's Old Draenor did it, so I have a feeling this was redone in honor of Old Draenor. So you actually do have a couple of representatives here. You have Gordog, who represents Earth. You have Incineratus, which represents fire. Then you also have Calandrios over here that represents wind, and Arboreus, which represents water. So let's go ahead and speak with Gordog and see what he has to say. Gordog appears to be nodding at you. Sit. Bring up... so this is the tortured Earth. Bring up the usurper. You will find him. Follow earthen path. First you put to rest tortured earth spirits. Must sleep once more. Gordog smashes his fist into the ground and brings up a foul-smelling soil. Must sleep. Gordog points southeast. Find spirits near mountains, near hills, near rocks, near earth. Put to sleep. Talari Basin, southeast. So we need to go to the Talari Basin to take care of tortured earth spirits. But actually, here's the thing. Tortured earth spirits are pretty much around all over the place. There are tortured elementals pretty much everywhere in Nagrand, so we'll be able to do that in a number of ways. Now, the next questing area that I want to unlock is the Nessingwary Safari, kind of the thing that I was talking about last week. So, in order to do that, I'm going to do a quick flying music while I make my way to the safari. Okay, there is the Nessingwary Safari. Now, here's the thing. I pointed this out last week, and I'm just going to go ahead and point it out again. We actually didn't do any questing in Stranglethorn Vale. And Stranglethorn Vale is actually where Hemet Nessingwary shows up for the first time. Back in the old days, you actually had to do a quest where you gathered up parts of his book, The Green Hills of Stranglethorn, as well as slay 10, 20, whatever of the local wildlife to show yourself as just as awesome a hunter as Hemet Nessingwary. And it was actually a really great way to be able to get experience, and so, believe it or not, he actually shows up again in Outland, but with a couple of new friends. So, let's go ahead and speak with Shadow Fitz Farstrider.
Peace, friend.
We'll just call him Fitz from here on. I am relieved to hear that he is safe. Have you come to join the hunt?
Go in peace.
Alright, so we have Windrock Mastery. Do you live for the hunt as I do, monk? Do you seek the quietude that comes as you stalk your prey? Would you know what it is to honor the last heartbeats of your fallen quarry? I will help you achieve this. Nagrand is a lush land, full of life in the midst of this broken world. Bring down a handful of the wind rocks, and then we will speak more. You can find them in many places nearby, in all directions around our camp. Oh, excuse me. So we have 12 wind rocks that we need to kill, which would be, trying to look for an example around. They're birds, they're owls, roughly. So we also have Hemet Nessingwary giving us a quest. Keep a sharp eye, monk. You never know when some beastie is stalking you instead of the other way around. Hemet Nessingwary, what are you doing here in Outland? Listen, lad, I left the expedition in capable hands of my son, Junior. When you have stalked the finest game in all of Azeroth, you start to itch for something more. And have you seen the size of the beasties here? I'm here hunting the dangerous prey that you'll ever lay your eyes on. I mean to bag Tusker and take her heart as my trophy. Okay. And eventually that's going to be kind of the lead up, is that we will take on Tusker for him. Yeah, not him. Clefthoof Mastery. You want to earn a place in this safari, you'll have to prove yourself. I don't care about what you've hunted before. You haven't hunted until you have hunted what we hunt here. Start with the Clefthoof if you're man enough. And know that I've seen them in the immediate area around the safari, and also close by to the south. So 12 Clefthoof, and then Herald Lane. Talbook Mastery. I don't think that I'm up for the hunt today. Do you think you might take my place? I told Hemet that I was going to see about bagging us some Talbook that seem to be all over the place. The stags are especially nice to hunt. You can find them congregated around the nearby trees. Think you could take care of that for me? Alright, so 12 Talbook. Oh no. Genki Rotten Fist. That was interesting. So now that we actually have our quest... Oh, wait, no, there's a brand new quest. Oh, from Kristen Dipswitch.
Salutations.
I'm saved. I don't mind sharing. I'm just glad to be saved from that creep Gankly. And I collected tons of skins from Zangarmarsh, so it's no problem at all. Okay, so give the bundle of skins to Herald Lane. There I was, tumbling in a patch of prickly undergrowth with a Talbot stag, hand to hand. Only my sharp knife and keen hunter's intellect to save me. All of a sudden, I'm jumped by a pair of fierce windrock hunters that came at me from the skies. Their cowardly attack didn't help them any, though. And while I have their beaks as trophies, I received an infected scratch out of the ordeal. It's kind of nasty, and I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm sure it'll heal up in a day or two. So, I'm saved. Kristen is very nice. Person to share her skins, wouldn't you agree? I'm making this guy sound like really obnoxious, and that's because the character kind of is to me. Well, I couldn't see if you helped out with saving Kristen or not, but if she handed you one of her bundles of skins, then you're all right in my book. Here's your reward. There we go. So now that we have that done, do we have another place that we need to take on? Let's see. We're going to have other places to be able to go, but this is actually going to just take time. But I think at this point, well, do I dare go and unlock the rest? Where's this one at? Yeah, let's go ahead and head over to the abandoned armory because I want to try and get all the question marks out of here so I can fill up my quest log as best as I can. And over to the left, you can actually see the first arena that you actually come across in the leveling experience. That is, I don't remember if it's actually called Blood Maul Arena or if it's just Nagrand Arena. That's actually one of the arena battlegrounds that you can get if you queue for it. Along with Blade's Edge Arena, Ruins of Lordaeron, there's an arena in Uldum. And one other, and I'm not thinking what it is. Let's go ahead and grab this Screaming Glory. There we go. And also, happy Monday, everybody. I hope everybody had a good weekend, was able to get some rest. Me, not so much, just because I was taking care of family in the meantime, so I am actually kind of tired. But we're making it work. Obviously, I don't record this on the day, but yeah, my weekend is pretty much over anyway. So I hope everybody's having a good Monday. And I think this is the abandoned armory that they were talking about. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize this, but there's another similarity, man. A lot of Draenei architecture looks like Protoss architecture. Never get tired of it. Yeah, this is the abandoned armory, so let's go ahead and step on in. And here is Nitrin the Learned. The signs were all there, but I turned a blind eye. The Legion's grasp grows stronger every day, even in these parts. Had I known that my boy was communing with demons, they offered him power and then gave him a taste of that power. That was all that it took. The book is gone, taken by Levixus. His plans are known only to me and his Dark Master. Stranger, I don't know if you've ever done right in your life, but know this: the boy must be stopped. Okay, so Visions of the Dead. Or Vision of the Dead. It has already begun. Levixus stands atop the ruins of Auchindoun and reads from the Book of the Dead. He calls the dead out by name and, through demonic ritual, binds the tortured souls to his will. He will raise all of Auchindoun if given the chance. But you must first prepare. You cannot do battle with that which you cannot see. Nitrin hands you a parchment. Bring me the items I require to brew the tincture. It will open your mind and allow you to see into the spirit world. Alright. Oh, didn't give us the quest. What the heck? There we go. This one's actually fairly hard to get because, as you can see at the top of the list, it requires a Mountain Gron eyeball. And I remember back in the day of Burning Crusade, Grons were elite. Which means they could not be taken down easily. Now it's not so much that case. You can take them down. But I still remember, like, there are a lot of quests that actually take you up into Gron territory. And I never wanted to do them. Ever. Because Grons can just rip through you. In fact, one quest that we're going to get later, I think, is going to be for Dern the Hungerer, who just so happens to be a part of Nagrand and its lore. Let's see. So the next one that we have is the Missing War Party. Let's go ahead and try and locate that. And then we will start with our questing throughout Nagrand. Oh, no. We actually have a couple of others, too. The Consortium, and we also need to meet with Altruis. Missing Magari Procession as well. See, that's what I mean, guys, is that there's, like, quests everywhere in Nagrand, and a lot of them intersect with each other, and a lot of them take you to very familiar areas. So we might as well just get them done so that we can get whatever quests we can and then just start plowing through them. While I'm making my way, though, let's go ahead and do a quick flying music while I locate the Magari Procession. Okay, we are here. That's actually Sunspring Village off to the west, and here's our Magari Procession. Sourfang the Younger! Yes, this is actually where you do get to meet young Dranosh Sourfang, and you actually are able to quest with him. It's pretty freaking cool, actually. I like the fact that they did that. So, Sourfang the Younger. I have been told stories of my people. They say that once we were warriors. I do not know you, stranger, but I ask for your help. I feel shame for this, but I am only one orc. Emotions have surfaced that I have never felt. I seek vengeance. Blood for blood. Do you people ever feel this? I wish to pick up my axe and split my enemies in two. To swing the enemies until my arms fall... Oh, excuse me. To swing the weapon until my arms fall lifelessly at my sides, exhausted. Sunspring Post is directly south of this procession. It is there that you will find our enemies. Kill them. Kill them all. Alright, and then we also have Elder Yorley. The missing Magari procession. 30 orcs, Blood Elf. Of those original 30, only Ungriz and I remain. We found the young orc Sourfang nearly dead near Sunspring. Apparently he was here for another reason. Alright, so War on the War Mall. We were en route to the ancestral grounds when we were ambushed by the War Mall. They came from all sides, killing several of the procession guards and many of the others. They even desecrated the remains of the Elder in the wagon. And for what? So they could humiliate us and display their power? Not even Boulder Fist would have sunk so low. I am a spiritual orc, Drakfu, but even I have limitations. Find the attackers at Warmall Hill to the northwest and destroy them. Okay, and then we also have Elder Ungriz. Finding the survivors. If I know anything about ogres, it's that they like their food fresh. This means that the Magar that they captured are more than likely being kept alive until they are ready to serve. It is a sickening thought, I know, but one that we must use to our advantage. Venture to Warmall Hill and search for Magar prisoners. If you find prisoners, then you will find keys to their cages on the nearby Warmall ogres. Kill ogres for their keys and release the prisoners. Alright, so we got that taken care of. Now let's go ahead and head over to our next quest, which is Altruist the Sufferer. And we'll just go ahead and do a quick flying music while we make our way there. Alright, here is Altruist the Sufferer. I'm wondering if they actually have changed his model or his voice. His model looks the same as he did in Burning Crusade. Let's see if they changed his voice. Nope, he still has, so he doesn't have a voice at all. So yes, this is Altruist the Sufferer. If you've played a Demon Hunter and you've gotten to the point where you actually have to pick a second in command, Altruist the Sufferer is one that you can pick. He technically betrayed Illidan, fearing that Illidan was becoming more demon than Night Elf, and so now he seeks to actually overthrow Illidan. He actually seeks to destroy him instead. And so now let's go ahead and work with Altruist. What do you see when you look to the west, mortal? I see twisted steel and smell sundered earth. Do you know what I see? A precursor to invasion. Aye, the master was wise in sealing the portals, but has since lost his... How shall I put this? The master has lost his focus. Yes, focus. With this loss, the Legion has seized opportunity. They seep out now, growing in number, day by day. Legion? The Burning Legion. Demons. I see them as clearly as you see your own hand in front of your face. That is, I used to be able to see them clearly. With the Legion's return come new machinations. Under normal circumstances, I am able to sense the presence of a demon from 1,000 paces. Altruist grimaces. And now? They elude me. I cannot see past their defenses. They have put in place wards to prevent detection. Ultras points westward. They fear us because they know that we fear nothing. The cost for such power is great. The sacrifice is many. How do you see them now? Ultras turns to face you and smiles. I do not. Ultras points to his steed, Netherdamus. We must stop them before these forge camps are able to complete whatever it is that they are building. Forge camps? This is what these structures that litter the landscape are called. The Legion have employed the Moarg and Ganarg to build weapons of mass destruction at these mobile forge camps. Let us not find out what it is that they intend to build here in Nagrand. You will be my eyes. Your weapons will be my fury. Can I use those glaives? That'd be cool. He called himself Altruis. Does my appearance startle you? Do you know what I am? Yes, I do. You are a demon hunter. So survey the land. To be my eyes will require some diligence on your part. Netherdamus will take you through the Legion camps, but you must catalog everything that you see. Even the smallest detail that you may think to be inconsequential could be useful for our purposes. Primarily, I want you to note what structures are in the camps and what comprises the camp's defenses. Netherdamus is ready when you are, Drakfu. Do not be afraid. He will keep you safe from harm. Okay, so sit back and enjoy the ride. Which, we can technically do now, I think. Let's try and do this again. Well, let's see. Ready to survey the land. Let's go ahead and survey the land so that we can get additional quests. And so this is actually what another Drake is like, people. Enjoy. So here is Forge Camp Hate. That's going to be one thing that you find in common with the Legion is that they have Forge Camps and, there's a bunch of different camps. And all of them are like Mageddon, Hate, Fear, things like that. But wherever the Legion goes, the Fel is sure to follow. So you can see like Fel-touched ground with all of their structures. It is evil indeed. So we're going to fly even further because there actually is a forge camp out past these mountains, which has a gigantic dark portal that I'm guessing they're going to start trying to utilize. So let's go into the Twilight Ridge. And I love that part of the Sky Dome, a planet off in the distance. So here is the Twilight Ridge, and you can see the dark portal right here. It's all purple and stuff. Oh my gosh. This is cool. And I think this asset is actually adopted from Warcraft 3. That's the way the dark portals used to look. Oh, and even better, I love this part too. Like when you go into the Shattered Land and then here are the statues that are supposed to be right next to that dark portal. Yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome. And I believe the Twilight Ridge is actually based on something similar to the Throne of the Altar of Storms on Azeroth. In fact, the Throne of Kil'jaeden is actually where the Blood Pact was made with the Orcs, and that's another kind of Altar of Storms-esque deal where a lot of magical power gathers. So, okay, we've seen 2 camps. I think that's going to be all we see, but I'm not sure. Are we flying back to Altruis? Yes, we are flying back to Altruis. So there's only 2 camps that we really need to worry about, or at least Altruis is worried about. So let's go ahead and speak with him. Well, oh, there we go. Forge camp survey is complete. So survey the land. Excellent work, Drakfu. We now have a point from which we can plan our counterattack. So buying time. As long as the transporters stand, nothing we do to the forge camps will have any permanence. We must find a way to destroy the Legion structures. I need time to devise a plan of attack. If you can keep their engineers and tinkerers busy, it would greatly slow down their progress, buying me the time I need. So basically just going in and killing demons. Let's go ahead and get the last questing hub, which is the Consortium. So quick flying music while I make my way there. Okay, so we are here at the Consortium, but I really quick wanted to showcase this big rock off in the distance. That is Oshugun, And Oshugun is considered a holy place for the orcs, but the interesting aspect of it is that it's actually a crashed Draenei ship. Yeah, the Draenei have a horrible habit of crashing their ships. So this is actually how the Draenei first got to Draenor. And I believe, yeah, and the reason that they had to do this was because the Naru that was actually keeping them away from the Legion was entering into, I guess it's called a darkened state, or I'm trying to think of the actual terminology that they use for it, but it's like a darkened state, where instead of being a being of the light, they're more of a being of the void. And so in a lot of cases, that's, since he was going through that, they couldn't get back up into space to continue to avoid the Legion, so they decided to make a life here. And while they did that, the orcs also noticed this place and actually revered it as a hallowed place of the ancestors. So, funniest thing, because while in a void state or in a darkened state, the darkened Naru will tend to bring in souls of the dead. So, I'm just pointing this stuff out because it's pretty freaking awesome. But that is Oshugun. If you've done Warlords of Draenor, you've seen Oshugun in that era, and it's a little bit more recent. This one's a lot more weared down. But now that we're at Eris's Landing, we can speak with the Consortium and get their quests as well. So here is Gessie.
Are you ready to get to work, Blood Elf? I think I've got the perfect task for you.
Okay, so stealing from thieves.
Nexus Prince Haramad has ordered us to not begin work inside of Oshugun as it might anger a certain powerful Naru. Sort of puts a damper on our operation. I think I might have found a loophole, however. You see, we're not the only ethereals drawn to this colossal diamond. A thief called Gavaxi has led a band of rogue ethereals into Oshugun, and they've begun to dislodge large fragments from it. Your job, Blood Elf, is to go there and retrieve what is rightfully ours.
Okay, so 10 Oshugun crystals. And then Shadrach. A head full of ivory.
Ivory is a much sought-after prize. I have many customers lining up in far-off places to purchase it. I could be convinced to let you in on a cut of the profits. The wild elk roaming Nagrand have a high quality of tusks that I'm after. Steer clear of the bull elk. Their ivory isn't in the condition that I desire. Oh, and don't worry, it's not poaching. I have an understanding with both the orcs and the Draenei. Do you and I have an understanding?
So 3 pairs of ivory tusks, and is that it? Nope, there's still another quest, so let's go ahead and grab that as well. And it's with Zared.
Gessie is here to get a job done. I'm here to make sure no one bothers him while he does it.
So he has 2, Gavaxi.
The presence of rogue ethereals in this area might amuse Gessie, who sees nothing but opportunity wherever we go. It's a true threat to the security of our operations. Their leader, Gavaxi, is a dangerous criminal, and I've made it my top priority to see to it that he is neutralized. If you're looking to make yourself useful, go and take care of Gavaxi. I will see to it that you're rewarded properly.
Okay, and then we have matters of security.
Gessie chose to base our operations as close to Oshugun as possible, without any regard for the safety of our crew. Why? Because he projected a 10% increase in productivity by setting up shop here instead of in the mountains to the south. Never mind the crazed void spawn wandering all of 10 feet away from us. That would be the security officer's problem, not Gessie's. Kill some void spawn for me, and I'll pay you 1/10 of our security budget. Don't get excited. It's not much of a budget.
Okay, so now we have all of the freaking quests that we can get out here in Nagrand. And we're going to go ahead and just kind of start at the top of the map and work our way down. So, quick flying break while we make our way to go kill some Windrocks. Okay, we are back in kind of the top part of the map of Nagrand, and we're going to go ahead and start killing off some Windrocks to start completing quests. We're just gonna burn through quests as much as I can. I know that this is taking about half the episode to get all of the questing dialogue done, and frankly, you know, we're not done with these areas. We're gonna get additional quests, but I wanted to be able to get this done because some of these quests actually will intersect, and it's a good idea while you're in the area to get as many quests done as you can. Obviously, because, well, the Nagrand achievement, unlike Terakar, is set at about 85 quests. So we want to make sure that we get done everything that we can. I'm also going to try and take care of these wild Elec, because for all I know, these guys will actually drop the pair of ivory tusks, because I'm going to need that too. So it's almost like Drak is actually going back to the rules that he stated so long ago. Yes, I am going back to those rules. It is helpful to go back to those rules now that we're out in Nagrand and there are so many quests to do. But like I said in the last week's part, I still love coming to Nagrand. Nagrand still looks very pretty, whether it be on Old Draenor or here in Outland. Love it all. And it's actually honestly one of my favorite zones throughout Outland. Nothing against some of the other zones, but like obviously Hellfire Peninsula can start to grain on you really bad unless you're a lover of wastelands like that. Zangarmarsh, I did find enjoyable the first time I went through. The more I've gone through Zangarmarsh on alts, I have not liked it or appreciated it. Terakar is probably now one of the few zones that I actually did enjoy, but now that I appreciate it for the lore. Let's put it that way. I appreciate Terakar for the lore and for the Bone Wastes of Auchindoun, but for sheer beauty, it goes to Nagrand. Like, hands down. I don't even have to think about it that hard. I've always loved the Fields of Nagrand, and I'm so glad that Old Draenor kind of tried to stick with what made Nagrand cool without shattering it. Okay, oh, and yes, this is a tortured earth spirit, so we're going to take care of that too. Oh, look, more fell iron. We'll go ahead and grab that as well. And actually, what's really funny is I spent a lot of time in Nagrand because back in Burning Crusade days, the best way to be able to earn money, and I was earning money on a regular basis because I wanted epic flying. And the best way to be able to do that was primals, or yeah, I think they were called primals. So you saw that I got Mode of Earth. If you get 10 of them, then you can make a primal earth out of it, and primals could be used for crafting. So they actually sold really, really, really well, especially the rarer ones like Primal Fire. I think Primal Life was rare for a while, because obviously raiders were trying to make all of the essential gear, and it required primals to be able to make them. I remember engineers could make killings on primals because they got goggles that actually, you saw that bit of fog that I passed through earlier. You could actually farm them for moats, and then at that point get your primals. I'm actually not going to turn this in just yet, but we can take care of the Talbuks next, because the Talbuks are out here as well. So let's go ahead and take care of our Talbuk mastery, along with all of these tortured earth spirits. Oh my goodness! Yeah, like I could go into a lot of Nagrand. I spent a lot of time here, and thankfully I never got too tired of it until I think that the first time I got tired of it, I was just tired. Period. I wanted a break, kind of thing. Dust Howler. I could have sworn there was an air elemental quest in one of these zones. Well, he didn't give it, so we're fine. Where are your dang Talbuks? Oh, yeah, that's right. They're to the north.
It's too far.
Hi, Mr. Tortured Earth Spirit. And there's a Talbuk. Come here, Mr. Goat Man. Makes me wish I could skin you. Because I could totally do it. I remember Skinners made a killing off these quests and loved them. Because then you can, I mean, it's guaranteed just lots of leather that you can eventually make into like heavy cleft hoof leather and all of the other things that you would need. And speaking of cleft hoof, I still remember seeing my first cleft hoof in Burning Crusade, and that's when I felt like I was on an alien world. That's the first time I actually felt like it, because we didn't have anything similar to that, at least as far as I'm concerned. Oh! Ooh! Okay. I'm gonna stop talking now, because I think I know what this is. Korkron. Is this what I think it is? Do we actually get privy to a unique event now? We might. I think this is supposed to be Thrall's Procession. Well, we're gonna continue to kill things, but that's actually pretty cool. I didn't realize that they kept the Thrall event in the game. I thought it had long since been removed. But then again, I probably should know better, because I've heard that there's been tons of problems with trying to remove stuff from Burning Crusade code. That's why in some cases, things like flying can happen in it. Specifically, why you can't fly in Silvermoon or in Exodar. Because they technically do quality, or in their starting zones. You can't fly in those areas. You have to be on ground mounts. Well, they're not starting. See, this is why I thought it might have been Thrall's Procession, is because we had 2 white wolves in there, or white wargs, and they're still not doing anything, so I'll give it a little bit. Maybe they'll actually start making their way to Garadar. So that, yeah, here we go. That's the mist that I was talking about. So engineers can actually farm that for moats and eventually make primals, and swear they made a killing off of them. Actually kind of frustrated me. It's like, I actually, like, on my warrior, I was tempted to switch over to engineering so that I could do that, but then I was always pointed in the direction of, well, you could do this instead. You could farm up blacksmithing stuff, and my blacksmithing stuff never sold. I mean, I made good weapons off of it that I could use for my own purposes, but I never got good sales off of blacksmithing materials, or blacksmithing, like blacksmithing fell steel or anything like that. I never got any good deals out of it. It was really frustrating. So was that whole grind, because I really wanted to get epic flying, because trying to do dailies was just absurd. At least for me at the time. I was incredibly impatient, because it took 4,000 gold to actually get epic flying. Which doesn't sound like a whole lot now. I mean, heck, you could probably earn that just in questing and Legion content, but it was a big deal. Because here's the thing. Flying mounts back in the day did not move at 150% speed. They moved at 100. Which felt incredibly sluggish in the air. It really did. Like, you never wanted to fly anywhere. You still, in my case, I was still using flight paths to at least get me close enough to the area so that I could fly there and it wouldn't take up a ton of time. I remember, like, the old Druid flight form actually wasn't even 100%. It was like 60%. So they were basically taking the basic flight form and treating it like travel form. Well, that makes no sense. But thankfully, in later expansions, they did increase it up, as you can see, to 150% in flight. It's 100% on the ground, but it's 150 in flight. And that's always very, very, very helpful to see. Now, instead, they have another great pay gate of, what is it, Master Flying, that allows 310% speed. Epic allows 280. And frankly, for a 30% increase, I've never paid for it. Not once. Okay, so that's all the towel books we need. Let's go ahead and start taking care of the cleft hoofs. We can get those taken care of as well. Oh, and I don't know why I didn't take care of this guy first. Hi, Mr. Alec. And there we go. Here's another pair of ivory tusks. See, guys, we're getting crap done. And I'm not having to magic cut that much. I know a lot of people don't like the concept of magic cutting, or speeding things up, but sometimes it's helpful. Because either A, I can run out of stuff to talk about, or B, just going through the process is tedious, and I know it's not going to be fun for you as a viewer if I'm not having fun with it. But I do try and cut down the magic cutting as much as possible. But I have a feeling, and I'm going to warn people in advance, it's probably going to show up more as we progress through expansions. There are going to be quests that nobody has fond memories of, and I just want to be able to get out and done, over with. Because I don't even have good memories of them. Let's see. Let's go ahead and convert these. Oh, I love the fact that mining did this. And herbalism. Just instead of being able to get the full ore, you get nuggets. And basically it says you still get your skill up, but at the same time, you have to do a little bit more of collecting to be able to get it done. And I'm not necessarily against that. Because nuggets are fairly... As you guys are seeing with my adamantite ore, I get like 14 nuggets, so 10 of those will make a full-on adamantite ore. Which means I can use it to increase my mining, or I can sell it on the auction house, either or. They don't sell very well now, just because this thing is expansions old now. But occasionally people want to get the crafted gear for transmog. Alright, so we need 3 more cleft hoof, but first, adamantite ore. This is like a really great place to get adamantite. And we even get rich adamantite veins. Whee! Okay, 2 more. Oh, it's still very serene to come back to Nagrand and just do this. I've done these quests who knows how many times, and I don't care. They're still interesting to me just because the area is intriguing to me. And here's more tortured earth spirits, so we might as well just grab them. There we go. And hi, Mr. Cleftuff. Yay! 1 more. And speaking of, the nesting worry quests are so easy to do. All you have to do is just sit here and kill crap. And now that we've got all of those done, let's go ahead and take care of some of these other ones. Starting with the poop quest. Quick flying music while we make our way there. Okay, we are here to sift through some poop. So we need to go collect some digested carcoli in order to... Oh, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but... eventually we're going to get a quest out of this where we will eat the things that we just collected in order to breathe underwater. Ew. Just, ew. There are times when poop quests go too far. There are times when poop quests are freaking hilarious. Most of the time, though, there are too many times where they go too far. And it makes me sad inside. Alright, 2 more of the carcoli, and then we're done. So here's 1, and there's 2 off in the distance. There we go. Okay, so the next quest that we have in the area actually is involving the Warmaw Ogres, I think? So let's go ahead and head over there. Yeah, you can see them off in the distance if you look. You can start seeing the Warmaw structures. I'm trying to think, is that where I need to go to the prisoners? No, no, there's another Warmaul camp that we need to go to, but that's okay. This one in particular, though, has a leader that is wanted by Garadar, so we'll go ahead and take care of him. And that is Zorbo, the advisor. Ooh, no, that's actually not a tortured earth spirit. So we can't take them out. We need to take care of that, too. We'll take care of that in a second. So here's the Laughing Skull Ruins, formerly the Laughing Skull Clan. An orc clan, not an ogre clan. And here's Zorbo. Wow! He apparently killed a Tauren recently. For a big totem. That's one of those things that I've never understood why we've never gotten as a weapon, is a giant totem. When Tauren used to wield that in Warcraft 3. Why not, Blizzard? I know it doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense, but it still would be interesting. I mean, for crying out loud, you've got a bunch of other weapons that don't really make a whole lot of sense. At least for the classes, anyway. You've got Warglaives, and here's the thing. I'm not knocking it or anything like that, and maybe a weapons expert will come out and tell me I'm full of crap. But I've never, like, as much as I love Illidan, I've never understood the purpose of his weapons other than looking cool. Because I was like, okay, how do you swing it? And how do you make this work? So, but Warglaives are a thing. And in fact, the Demon Hunters wield them. Although, funniest thing, a lot of the Demon Hunters that I run around with regularly have transmogged their glaives into others, into other weapons. Not sure how I should take that. I mean, I would keep mine as Warglaives just to fulfill the class flavor of Illidan, but, you know, that's one thing you can do. Somebody actually did ask me if I transmogged my artifact. And I'm not the guy that will do that. If I don't like the appearance, if I don't like that particular artifact, I'll find an appearance that I'm at least tolerant of and just run it with that. But no, I have no intention of transmogging to a different weapon. I mean, they're freaking artifacts. Yes, does it suck that like 20 other people of your class are utilizing your artifact? Yeah, but I would dare say that there are worse things that could happen. Ooh, I didn't realize we were this close. Can we do the Ring of Blood now? We're 68. We might be able to do it. Let me go ahead and clear this out, and maybe we'll wrap things up and we'll do the Ring of Blood the next episode. That's another thing that's really helpful for experience and does happen... I think every expansion after this one was something along the lines of the Ring of Blood, where it's just you face off you face off against a bunch of elites, and you get to claim a prize that's actually a really decent weapon that you'll hold onto for a while and be able to make it work. Yeah, so that's actually going to go ahead. We've killed all of the Warmaul, and actually the funniest thing is that we can go down here. There's Warmaul ruins that will give us the beads, and then there's Warmaul ruins up here that'll give us the beads, so we don't necessarily need to do this here. But I think that's going to go ahead and do it for this part. So when we get back, we will start things off with the Ring of Blood and continue our questing in Nagrand. We'll see you guys next time for the next Tale of Drakfu.